Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will learn the basics of creating, configuring, managing users in Microsoft Entra ID. Well, transitioning workloads to the cloud involves more than just moving servers, websites, and data. If you're working as an administrator, cloud administrator, or a cloud engineer, you need to think about how to secure those resources by defining authorized users, right? And as a company, as an organization, they have to ensure that users only have access to data that they need. That user authorization is limited, only create services available to them, right? Azure helps to make these sort of challenges easier to solve with Microsoft Entra ID, the Microsoft cloud-based identity and access management service. So I'll just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. All right, I'm logged on to the portal. I need to go to entra.microsoft.com. You will be in Microsoft Entra Admin Center. To view the Microsoft Entra users, you need to select the users entry under identity. Let it show up and I'll show you. Okay, under identity you will see users, all users. And the entries will show up how many users you got. I just got these example users, and you can create new users. You have to notice the user type column to see the members and guest. Here, member or the guest user. You can create a new user here, invite the external user here, right? And typically Microsoft Entra ID defines users in three ways: cloud identities, directory synchronized identities, and guest users. So cloud identities, these users exist only on the Microsoft Entra ID. Examples would be administrator accounts and users that you manage yourself, right? So their source is Microsoft Entra ID or external Microsoft Entra directory. And then you have the directory synchronized identities. These users exist in an on-premise Active Directory, a synchronized activity that occurs via Microsoft Entra Connect, bring these users into Azure. Then you have guest users. These users exist outside Azure. Examples are accounts from other cloud providers and Microsoft accounts such as an Xbox Live account. Their source is invited user, right? And then when you create users, you need to assign licenses to users as well, right? So when you create a new user in Microsoft Entra ID like this, you would have user principal name. Let's say I would have John. You would have a display name, John Contoso. You can have the password created. You can unselect the auto-generated password and set one of your own. And this is the domain that I am getting. I've attached the custom domains as well, but whatever you select, you would highlight this so that a UPN can be created. It says derived from the user principal name. If you don't want, you mention here, or it will pick up John at p2asar live.onmicrosoft.com. Right, account is enabled, display name, etc. You click on properties, user type, it's a member user. I'm not making it as a guest user. You enter all the details here: job title, company name, department, employee ID, employee type, street address, all the other things, group settings. Then you have the assignments. I'm not adding an assignment here. You want to add it to a group, you can select the group from here. Let's say I will add it in an IT group for now. You want to give it a role here, you can do it like this: review, create, password, create. I'll delete this user, that's why I let you saw the password, but I'll just delete that user as soon as this labs ends. So, but you do not share the password with other users, right? Now when the user is created, you go to the all users. Here you have this John Contoso. Or you see all groups here. You created IT group, select IT under members, and now if you would see the IT group properties, you would see licenses. you would see that no licenses are assigned to him or to this group, right? So it says adding, removing and reprocessing licensing assignments is only available within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. I'll go to the Admin Center now. That I'll do. And this is not allowing me to add because I am using my personal account. And when I add my personal account here, use your work or school account instead. So I need to create a new account and then make it a global admin and log in with that. But you can assign licenses to user by group membership using the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And you want to restore or remove a recently deleted user with Microsoft Entra ID, you need at least the global admin permission, partner tier 1 support, partner tier 2 support, or user administrator. Now, same thing, you need to remove a user from Microsoft Entra ID. You need to log into Microsoft Entra Admin Center, which is this. And let's say I go to my users, all users. And this is my John Conto. So I'll delete this user. User is successfully deleted. Now, in the users page in the left navigation, you would see deleted users. You see John Contoso here, click on it and it says restore user. So you can delete permanently. If you delete permanently, you'll not be able to restore the user. But if you select this, okay, John Contoso has been successfully restored. Refresh it. You will not see that under deleted. You go to all users. You will see John Contoso. Same way you can create, configure and manage groups as well, because they will help you organize users, which makes it easier to manage permissions. Using groups lets the resource owner assign a set of access permissions to all the members of the group instead of having to provide the rights one by one. You have security groups, you have Microsoft 365 groups, the most common type of groups, and are used to manage members and computer access to shared resource from a group of users. And then you have Microsoft 365 groups, which provide collaboration opportunities by giving members access to a shared mailbox, calendar, files, SharePoint site, and more. If you want to see the existing groups, you click on groups, all groups. The one that I created. You have dynamic groups. The final type of group is a dynamic group, which the name implies the membership is generated by a formula each time the group is used. A dynamic group includes any recipient in Active Directory with attributes, value that match its filter. And you can add groups in Microsoft Entra ID as well. You want to create a new group under all groups, you have a new group here. Group type security or Microsoft 365. You have add a name called marketing. Group description, you have not selected any owners. You can select it while you're doing the creation or afterwards as well. You click on create. Okay. And same way, using Entra ID, you can configure and manage device registrations as well. With the proliferation of devices of all the shapes and sizes and the proliferation of bring your own devices, IT professionals are faced with two somewhat opposing goals. You allow end users to be productive whenever, wherever, and on any device. You either protect the organization assets. You have Microsoft Entra registered devices. Right, so the goal of Microsoft Entra registered devices is to provide your users with support for the BYOD or bring your own device or mobile device scenarios. In these scenarios, a user can access the organization's Microsoft Entra ID controlled resource using a personal device. Microsoft Entra registered devices are signed into using a local account like a Microsoft account or a Windows 10 device. And if you want me to talk about scenarios for registered devices, for example, a user is in your organization wants to access tools for email, reporting time off, benefits enrollment from their home PC. Organization has these tools behind a conditional access policy that requires access from an Intune compliant device. Now the user adds their organization account and registers their home PC with Microsoft Entra ID, and the required Intune policies are enforced, giving the user access to these resources. Another user wants to access their organization email on their personal Android phone that has been rooted. Now your company requires a compliant device and has created an Intune compliance policy to block any rooted device. The employee is stopped from accessing organizational resource on this device. Now you have Microsoft Entra join devices. Microsoft Entra join is intended for organizations that want to be cloud first or cloud only. Any organization can deploy Microsoft Entra join devices no matter the size of or the industry. And Microsoft Entra join can be accomplished using self-service options like out-of-the-box experience, which is OOBE, bulk enrollment, or Windows Autopilot. Microsoft Entra join devices can still maintain single sign-on access to on-premises resources when they are on the organization networks. Then you have hybrid Microsoft Entra join devices. Many organizations have used the domain join to their on-premise Active Directory to enable IT departments to manage work-owned devices from a central location. Users to sign into their devices with their Active Directory work or school accounts. Now, the definition for hybrid Microsoft Entra join devices would be which are joined to on-premises AD and Microsoft Entra ID, requiring organizational account to sign into the device. You can manage licenses. Microsoft paid cloud services like Microsoft 365, Enterprise Mobility, Security, Dynamics 365, and other similar products require licenses. Now, licenses are assigned to each user who needs access to these services, and to manage licenses, administrators use one of the management portals like Azure, PowerShell commandlets. Microsoft Entra ID is the underlying infrastructure that supports identity management for all Microsoft cloud services. And you can change group license assignments as well. So if I go to groups, and if you see all groups, and if I select, okay, I like to refresh it. I created one more group here, right? So if I select marketing, you see licenses, but for this I need to go to the admin center, Microsoft 365 admin center, but you can change the licenses as well. And other tasks that you can have the change user license assignments. You can create custom security attributes as well. What is a custom security attribute? Custom security attribute in Microsoft Entra ID are business specific attributes. And if you see here, these are business specific attributes that we can define and assign to Microsoft Entra objects. These attributes can be used to store information, categories, objects, or enforce fine-grained access control over specific Azure resources. Come here. And security. And I think I would have that under device, but I would not have that device registered. That's why I would not be able to show you. Yes, and if I have that under users, I'll select this. Okay, custom security attribute. You click here. You don't have access check that you are assigned the attribute assignment administrator or attribute assignment reader role. Attribute assignment administrator. If you don't have it, you will click on here. You would see all users here. Assigned roles. I have the global administrator role. I don't know why it is not attribute assignment administrator. Add I need to log off and log back in. I need to refresh. I don't know if that solved the problem, but if you're not able to do it, you need to add this specific role. I hope this was informative for all of you. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.